if you're going to stay seated for the first half of standing. And then when we do the lateral poses, see if you can't stand. We'll do some warrior, triangle, forward fold, some poses that are, you can kind of keep balance on both feet evenly. So that might feel better. Okay. So I'll let you know when that comes. So using this ball like crazy today, I think the cold air is kind of starting to kick in and create a little bit of tightness in certain areas. So go ahead and use this, especially on your chest. We're going to be doing some humble pose and open heart poses. So we're going to be adding the core and the open heart, because 2 weeks ago we did the open heart. Last week we did the core. Now we're going to be putting them together. So go ahead and use your ball. And I just have a little story for you that I want to read. And then we'll get centered and you can think about some of the words in the story. So think about what jumps out at you. I have read this before, so it's interesting to see if anything has shifted in yourself. So it's called Potatoes, Eggs, and Coffee Beans. Once upon a time, a daughter complained to her father that her life was miserable and that she didn't know how she was going to make it. She was tired of fighting and struggling all the time, and it seemed just as one problem was solved, another soon followed. Her father, a chef, took her to the kitchen. He filled 3 pots with water and placed each on a high fire. Once they began to boil, he placed potatoes in one, eggs in one, and the ground coffee beans in the 3rd pot. Then he let them sit and boil, and without saying a word to his daughter, the daughter moaned and impatiently waited, wondering what he was doing. After 20 minutes, he turned off the burners. He took the potatoes out of the pot and placed them in a bowl. He pulled the boiled eggs out and placed them in a bowl. Then he ladled coffee out and placed it in a cup. Turning to her, he asked, "Daughter, what do you see?" "Potato, eggs, and coffee," she hastily replied. "Look closer," he said, and touched the potatoes. She did and noted that they were soft. And then he asked her to take an egg and break it. After pulling off the shell, she observed the hard-boiled egg. And finally, he asked her to sip the coffee. Its rich aroma brought a smile to her face. "Father, what does this mean?" she asked. Then he explained that the potatoes, the eggs, and coffee beans had each faced the same adversity, the boiling water. However, each one reacted differently. The potato went in strong, hard, and unrelenting. But in boiling water, it became soft and weak. The egg was fragile with thin outer shell protecting its liquid interior until it was put in boiling water. Then the inside of the egg became hard. However, the ground coffee beans were unique. After they were exposed to boiling water, they changed the water and created something new. "Which are you?" he asked his daughter. "When adversity knocks on your door, how do you respond? Are you a potato, an egg, or a coffee bean?" The moral in life happens all around us. Things happen to us, but the only thing that truly matters is what happens within us. So just take a moment to kind of take a little scan of your own life as of late, and we all have boiling water that we've been dipped in. And I think we did a meditation last week or 2 weeks ago about examining and noticing the condition of your own heart. So you can even think of your heart, has it grown overly soft and weak, hardened, or has it changed with the conditions that you have? And it's all a process, it's all a journey. Maybe you wax and wane between each of them at different times. But our yoga practice can help us to face adversity with an open heart, with more compassion, especially toward your own heart, which then can reach out to other people too. And just let's use your breath to be able to come into this place now, in this here and now, so that you have an opportunity to more fully just examine who and how you are today in this present moment with all the adversity around you. And joyfulness as well. And are you able to hold both? Not get overwhelmed with the adversity, but still be able to see the joy and the good things in life. And then let all the good stuff not blind you to other people's suffering, and find compassion with that. It's a delicate balancing act to maintain some level of stability so that you can be rich and full like the coffee. And taking your breath a little bit deeper, a little bit slower. And inviting the mind to focus more on the breath and the body by just following the breath. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. Acknowledging the gift of the breath and what it can do for you to help bring you to that place of stability, equanimity. Bring your hands to your heart space, finger to finger, palm to palm. Set an intention for yourself or for someone else who you know may need the efforts of your practice today even more. And we'll join our strength together through the chanting of Om. So if you'd like to join me, let's exhale fully and inhale. Bow your head to your heart and lower your hands down and blink your eyes open. And let's get started with a little bit of movement with the neck. So with your mountain pose, the feet a little ahead of the knees and the feet pressed into the earth, engage the lower body as you lift long out of the spine. And gently roll the shoulders back and lift the heart space up just a little bit, just to have integrity of the upper body. Chin's parallel. Now take a breath here. As you exhale, just turn your head over your right shoulder and then lower your left fingers down toward the earth. Roll that left shoulder back a little bit and then press those fingertips down toward the earth to get a little bit more stretch in the neck. Bring the head back to center, keep the fingertips down toward the earth, lower the chin to the chest and sweep your right ear over your right shoulder and reach the fingertips down even a little bit more until you feel that really sensation, that whatever it feels like to you. It may be a good sensation, it may be a tight sensation, but just really bringing sensation from ear to shoulder, shoulder to fingertips. Reach those fingers down, allow the fingertips to feel heavy as if they're trying to touch the earth. Good. Now bring your hand back to your thigh. Keep your chin, your head tilted over and lift your chin up diagonally. Get a different stretch across the neck. And jut your chin forward. Release the chin and tip your head back so that the right ear is in line with the right shoulder, and use your hand to lift your head back up. So use the strength of your hand to lift the head, take the strain out of the neck, and just gently rock it side to side. And just notice where you felt that sensation. And we'll go to the other side. So full breath in. So exhale, keeping the chin parallel, take it over your left shoulder and lower the right fingertips down toward the earth. Roll the shoulders back a little bit. Keep reaching down with the fingertips till you feel sensation. Bring the head back to center, lower the chin in the direction of the chest, and sweep your left ear over your left shoulder. Notice how that sensation may change. If you're rounding your shoulders, you're not going to feel anything. So kind of press your shoulders back, gently draw the shoulder blades toward each other. Notice how that shifts things. And then your next breath, then lift your chin up diagonally and jut your chin forward. Keep reaching with your fingertips. And bring the chin back, sweep your chin back towards so the left ear is in line with left shoulder, and bring your hand back onto your thigh and use your left hand to lift your head up back to center. Really takes the strain out of the neck, and then just roll the shoulders, bobble the head. Good. All right, having done the chest massage, hopefully, if you haven't done it with your ball or your fingertips, just give yourself a little bit of massage around the pectoralis muscles. And up to the neck, around the shoulders and the back of the skull. Notice any tightness or areas of tenderness across the top of the shoulders and the base of the neck. Sometimes we hold all our attention on our shoulders as we carry all the weight of the world. Let's see if you can just kind of massage some of that out. Nice. And then keep the fingertips on your shoulders and start to make some gentle circles, little chicken wings with those elbows up and around. Take them up, back, down, and around. And notice how the shoulders are feeling today. One more full circle. Elbows point forward now as the elbows soften, and come to your cat pose. Draw the elbows toward each other, chin to the chest, round your back body. And inhale, lift the head, lift the heart, open those elbows toward the back body. Take your eye gaze up to the seam of the ceiling and the wall. And then with your breath, exhale into rounding into cat. And inhale into your open heart. The potato, the egg, or the coffee. Sometimes we're a mixture of all three in one day, right? And it's funny how people see you differently than sometimes you see yourself. My husband, he's always telling me stuff about me. Not always good. Take the arms down, roll the shoulders out. Now take the fingertips down towards the earth, stretch the fingers wide, try to touch the floor with the fingers. Then take a breath in, shoulders up to the ears, and exhale with an audible sigh as you lower the shoulders down. Couple more inhale. And one more inhale. Nice. Now press up toward heaven, press down toward earth as if you're holding the ceiling. So press out through the heel of the hand, keep the fingers spread wide and press the palm toward the ceiling and push the palm down toward the earth. And a little diagonal stretch across the fingertip to fingertip across the trunk, and then come back to center, go the other direction. Press up toward heaven, down toward earth. Reach and lengthen. One more time each way. Exhale and inhale, lengthen. And exhale and inhale, lengthen. Good. Now bring both arms up overhead. We're going to sweep the arms back behind us and reach for the back of the chair. So this is a heart opener here. So I'm holding on to the back rungs of the chair, or maybe just pressing my arms back behind, whatever is accessible to you. Draw the shoulders up towards your ears and then back and down as you squeeze the shoulder blades together. Squeeze the shoulder blades, so engage the back body. And then hinge forward from your hip crease. Hold on to the back of the chair. Don't kink your neck. So you're not looking at the video. You're looking at the floor in front of you. Not drooping your head. You're not kinking your neck back. Your head's in line with your neck. Your neck's in line with your spine. Heart is open. Shoulder blades are squeezing toward each other. Nice. Okay. And then release that. And give yourself a hug. Take that counter pose, chin to the chest, a little stretch across the back body. What do you notice in terms of release in the back of the neck and across between the shoulder blades? Just developing that inner body awareness. We feel what we feel in our physical body. We can feel what we feel in our emotional body rather than pushing it away. We can just let it in, notice it, be there with it without judging it. All right. I've got blocks on either side of me. We're going to do tick-tock crescent. All right, just to warm up the side body a little bit. So if you have blocks or if you want to hold on to the chair, you choose. Start tick-tocking, but only after you know that your core is engaged, so the belly's drawn in. And we're not leaning into it or rounding the back. Imagine that you your spine is the spoon in the pelvis and you're just, or you're a pendulum, you're just tick-tocking side to side. Let everybody get situated. If you think you can lower the blocks to a different level, take them a little bit lower, slow it down, slow down the movement so that you can really lengthen and stretch into this. Just warming up. You sense one side's being a little more resistant than the other, or we could flip that around and say one side's being more open than the other. So do you tend to go for the negative side or find the positive side? All right, so next time you're on that left side, pause there and bring the arm to goalpost. Reach the arm up overhead if that works for you. And then without curling into this or hinging forward, bring the upper arm in line with the ear if the shoulder's open to that. Fingertips are pressing into the block or the chair, whatever you're holding on to. Use that to root and then lift up out of that. Turn the torso toward the earth to get a stretch across the back right ribs. And come back to center. Lift both arms up overhead again. And lower the arms back down for a couple more tick-tocks the other way, or both ways until we end up stopping on that right side. All right, lower the fingertips down onto the right side. Pause here for a moment, keep the heart lifted, don't curl into it. The arm can come to goalpost, up overhead, or upper arm in line with the ear, but press the fingertips into the block. Use that to help lengthen. Keep that heart lifted. And then gently turn the torso toward the earth for a stretch across the back left ribs. Nice. Ooh, baby. And then back to center and lower that arm down, roll the shoulders out. Little twist, a little dance, whatever you need to do to get things feel back in alignment. Okay, twisting now. So if you know you're not allowed to twist, do the as if. Just engage and kind of take your body slightly from one side to the other, but just a couple inches, all right? Or you can do the washing machine twist, but let's do a different one. If your spine is fine, you're going to bring the fingertips onto the shoulder and take your elbows out like chicken wings. Draw the belly in, lengthen, so push the feet into the floor to grow tall. Gently twist to the left, try to keep your elbows in line with your shoulders. Come back to center, gentle twist the other direction. Again, if you're doing the as if, you're still keeping that core really engaged and taking your mind through the motions. All right, come to goalpost now. Roll the shoulders back, shoulder blades gently draw toward each other, palms face your ears. One more each way. I'm allowing my hip to move a little bit. So when I'm going to the left, my right knee comes forward, and then take your arms all the way out to a T. And the wall's preventing me from taking my arm all the way back. So that's not necessary. Just get a twist that feels good in your spine. One more time each way. Good. And then lower the arms down, roll the shoulders out. Make your feet nice and wide and hold on to your knees put your hands on your legs and make them big circles with your torso. Other direction. And then with your hands on your thighs, keep the feet a little bit wider. Lengthen the spine, draw the belly in, and hinge forward, getting a stretch on those inner thighs. So take your feet out to a 45-degree angle and really open up through those inner thighs. Belly's resting in between the thighs. Like a wide forward fold. Press back up one more time, inhale. And when you exhale, hinge forward. So the shoulders are resting back, head and heart are lifted, head and neck are in alignment. All right, take your right shoulder towards your left knee, and then the left shoulder toward the right knee. And just go back and forth a couple times with this. We stretch those back right ribs, we twisted. Now this shouldn't feel too foreign in your body. It should feel like a good stretch. One more time each way. And that feel good? That's for me. All right. Okay. Let's walk the feet back in and take your block. Let's do a hamstring stretch. Okay, and then the other block's going to go on. So we have a one block in front of the right leg and the other block on the side of the left, this left side of the chair. I'm a little hearing impaired today. One of my hearing aid domes is stuck in my ear canal. I have to go to urgent care after this and see if they can dig it out. So always something, right? Okay, so the right leg, the heel is on the floor. So you're going to press the heel down into the block, press the thigh bone down, and use all that muscle energy to help you lift and lengthen your spine up. Roll the shoulders back, and we're going to hold on to the back of that chair again, lifting the heart. All right. Take a nice breath in and then hinge forward. So you're getting a shoulder open heart stretch as well as a hamstring stretch. My chair allows me to slide my hands, up and down the back structure of the chair pretty easily. But if it's not working for you, you can just like sweep your hands back behind you. That's going to require some core strength. So if that doesn't feel good in your back, because I'm holding on to the chair to support my torso, you can bring your hands onto your thighs if that feels better. Lift back up, full breath in. One more time, lift up. So press the heel down, the thigh bone down, lengthen, and hinge forward over that. You can do a whole little flow with the same right leg. All right, lift back up. Now see if you can lift your leg up and sweep it out to the right side. And then scoot your body over to the right side of the chair a little bit. All right, you got the block on that left side. All right, the foot's going to go wherever it feels comfortable. The legs out as far back, out to the side as feels comfortable. So we stretched our inner thigh. So do you notice that stretch on the inner thigh there? Try to keep the hip points level. All right, I think everyone's in position. Reach the arms up overhead, get length. Lower your right hand down to your right thigh. Don't push into your knee, but just crescent over towards that right side. Take a breath in, stay here for another breath or two. What happened to your left leg? Can you re-engage your left leg and push your left leg into the floor? Keep it active. Does that help you lengthen and open the heart a little bit more? Now come to a T and see if it's possible to lower that, reach those fingertips to the block. If not, hold on to the chair and go the other direction. So the right arm's going to go to whatever is comfortable in your shoulder. It could be goalpost, straight up, or upper arm in line with the ear. Now, if it's in line with the ear, think about that stretch from fingertip to heel. So try to separate the space between fingertip and heel a little bit more. Always trying to gain more space. Good. One more breath. And then see if you can use your side body muscles to lift back up to a T. Oh, good. And bring the hands onto the chair somewhere. And we're going to slowly bring this right foot and come to a lunge. So I'm going to just, I'm going to come on the top of my foot because the arthritis in my big toe. So I'm on the top of my right foot and pressing the knee in the direction of the floor. My right buttock is hanging off the chair, holding on to the chair for dear life. All right. And reach the right arm forward, hinge forward a little bit. Now press the top of the foot into the earth as is comfortable for you. Engage, squeeze the back right glute, squeeze everything now. Don't arch the back, but hinge back a little bit. Hinge back a little bit until you feel a stretch in that quad. So I'm not arching back. I'm kind of chucking the tailbone under, right? Squeezing the glute, everything's active. My lower back is almost rounded a little bit. It's called a posterior pelvic tilt. I think that's a, right, one more time, hinge forward, release. Now press the top of the foot into the floor, squeeze the glute, tuck the tailbone under just a little bit and lean back into it until you feel that stretch. Does anyone not feel the stretch in their quad? All right. Good, and release that. Bring the leg back to center, scoot to the middle of the chair, feet together, knees apart. All right, what do you notice about one side versus the other before we move on? Let's take our left leg. Scooch forward in your chair, get that leg as straight as possible, heel in the block, toes towards the nose, thigh bone presses down. Roll the shoulders back, reach for the back of the chair. Press that right foot into the floor to gain length, and then hinge forward over that thigh. So everything's active. Shoulder blades are drawn together. Right foot is pressed into the earth. Left heel is pressed into the block. Left thigh bone is pressing down, right? Belly draws in to support the torso. Toes toward the nose. One more breath. Lift up, we'll come back to that, inhale. And then re-engage everything we just said. Shoulder blades, right foot, left foot, thigh bone, toes towards the nose. Belly draws in. I'm gonna make a little jingle about that. Good. All right, lift back up. Take your block from the left side to the right side. And see if you can use your muscle strength to swing your leg out to the left side as you scoot your bottom over to the side of the chair. So now that left buttock is hanging off, leg is out to the side to wherever's comfortable for you. Foot goes wherever the knee is happy. Press the right foot into the floor, use that to lengthen. Press that left thigh bone down, get that stretch in the inner thigh. Lower your hand down towards your leg and crescent over towards that left side. Now use everything that you have, all the muscle energy to root down, to lift up, keep the heart open, crescent over to that side. Good. Use your side body muscles now to lift back up. We'll take that right hand to the chair or to the block as you crescent over toward the other side. Notice if you tilted forward, can you imagine that your torso's between a pane of glass? You're even gonna, even sense something in the hip flexor region here as a stretch. It's a big stretch. Breathe in and out. And now we're going to use those side body muscles to lift back up, both arms up overhead. And then sweep the arms back behind you. Hold on to the chair or somewhere on the chair, wherever you need to. And bring that leg into your lunge pose. So that left leg, top of the foot is on the floor or the toes are curled under, depending on what works better for you. You're going to hinge forward a little bit so you can reach that left arm forward, squeeze the glute, press the foot down into the mat, and then tuck the tailbone as you hinge back just a little bit. Just until you feel some sensation. Don't overdo it. If you have pain in your knee, back off, right? Hinge forward again, one more time. And then exhale, hinge back. What happens if you plug the head of the arm bone into the shoulder and engage the back body too? Good. All right, and then release that and bring that foot back to neutral. Feet together, knees apart, shake all that out. Okay, so this is a part, if you're going to stay seated, stay seated. Let's just go over the downward dog. All right, so when you're seated in downward dog, the feet come ahead of the knees, so your knees are only bent at about a 45, and then lift up on the toes, so you're on the heels of the feet. Reach the arms up to get length, draw the belly in. And as you exhale, just bring the hands forward, press out through the heels of the hand and hinge forward. So we're using our core strength to hinge forward. If that's too much on the lower back, you can either hold on to the back of the chair for support or hands on the thighs. The core is able to hold you. Use this as your downward dog. All right. And then your lunge, when we do our sun salutation, will be to bring the feet back to neutral and lift the leg up towards the chest, reach the arms up overhead. That's your lunge. Okay, so we're going to do lunge into downward dog. Okay, all right, if you're going to stand, come to standing. I'm going to guess that you've been doing your sit-stand homework. Do a couple of those if you choose right now while I adjust the camera. All right. And then move everything out of the way and place the block. I'm going to be using the seat of the chair for my lunge and downward dog. So I'm going to get a little bit deeper into lunge and downward dog. All right. If you choose that that's not a good idea for you today, use the back of the chair. Okay. All right. Let's just shake everything out to start. Come to your mountain pose, seated or standing. Draw the belly in. Roll the shoulders back. Whether you're seated or standing, we're going to do a little crescent side to side, but we're going to slide the right hand up the side body, elbows pointing up to the sky, other fingertips down toward the earth. So we're just going to do a weird little crescent with these elbow lifts. Take your time, use your side body muscles to take you side to side. Please try not to round into that, all right? That's not good for your spine, and it's not the intention of the pose. We're trying to stretch the waistline and build the oblique muscles of the core. One more time each way. And exhale, good. And come back to neutral. All right, reach the arms up overhead. Take them out to the side. From the top of the arm bone, internally rotate. And then you can, sitting in the chair, go ahead and reach for the back of the chair. Standing up, we're going to bend the elbows and see if it's possible to interlace the hands behind your back. If not, then just go ahead and place the fists on the back of the pelvis. And lift the heart space up. Press the hands into the pelvis and to support the lower back. Lift the heart space up. Nice. Okay, now this is the tricky part. Going to slide your right hand to your hip And then if it's right for your shoulder, be super slow with this. Keep sliding your left hand towards your right waistline so that the hands come into prayer pose on the side of your body. Now that's a lot on the shoulder. So if that's not happening, if you're like this or holding on to the back of the chair, by internally rotating the thigh and bending the elbow, just slide the hand back a little bit. But if it can come over to that other side. Okay. All right. Now come out of it the way you came in. So slide your hand back across your back. Rotate back, opening the palm toward the ceiling and lower the arm down. And we'll try the other side, okay? So let's bring the left hand to the hip, right arm out to the side, internally rotate it, bend at the elbow. See how it feels to start to slide it across your lower back. Maybe the hands meet in a side prayer pose here. Elbows are pointed back, heart is lifted. And if it feels better just to hold the back of the chair, heart is lifted, that will work too. These shoulders are tricky. Good. All right, we're going to come out of it the way we came in. So take that right hand, slide it behind you, open the arm out to the side, turn the palm facing up, and lower the arm down. Roll the shoulders out. How'd that feel? Okay. Yeah, it's a lot in those shoulders. Okay. Now the shoulders should be open to do our downward dog. Okay. And y'all are going to sit in the chair. You can do downward dog with maybe even a little wider arms. Okay. All right. Come to your mountain pose, seated or standing. Inhale the arms overhead. And exhale, forward fold. So bring the hands to the thighs, the back of the chair or the seat of the chair. And if you're sitting in the chair, hands rest on the thighs, just hinge forward, that 45 degrees. Wherever you are, come halfway up so the hands can come onto the thighs, the back of the chair lift up. Exhale, hinge forward again, your level of comfort. All right, everybody come halfway up, seated in the chair, come all the way up. You're gonna do your lunge. So you're gonna reach the arms up and lift one leg up. Standing, we're gonna take our right leg, it's gonna back into the back of the chair and step your left foot back. The foot can come all the way down, or you can have your heel on a roll if your toes are having any trouble. You'll stay right here. Draw that front body into the back body, get those hip points square. Press the hands into the chair. Use that to lengthen your spine. Keep your head and neck in alignment so you're not drooped into this. Slightly draw the shoulder blades onto your back. Good. All right. And step the back foot forward. Hands come onto the thighs, press all the way up to standing. Big breath in as you reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Hands on the thighs, hinge forward. Inhale, come halfway up wherever you are. Exhale, prepare for lunge. If you're sitting, sit up straight. And if you're standing, hinge forward, bring that left foot into the back of the chair, step the right foot back. If you're sitting, lift the right knee up. Press, those of us standing, press the hands into the chair, lengthen the spine, lift that back thigh bone up, squeeze that glute. Everything's active. Good. Nice. And step the back foot forward, lower the leg if you're sitting. Reach those arms up overhead, palms together, hands down to the heart. All right. Downward facing dog using the back of the chair or the seat of the chair. Inhale, arms overhead, sitting or standing. Exhale, if you're sitting, just reach the arms forward, hinge forward, press out through the heels of the hand. Standing, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reach for the back of the chair or the seat of the chair. Step both feet back. Come up on bend the knees a lot, bring the head between the upper arms. Those of you who are in the chair doing down dog, please lift back up to a normal spine, to a neutral spine. Take a breath, and as you exhale, hinge forward back into downward facing dog. Exploring on standing downward dog, take one more breath in and out, and then slowly walk the feet forward. Hands on the thighs, press up to standing. Inhale, arms overhead, palms together, and down to the heart. How'd that feel? Good? Okay. All right. Okay. Now, I think that sitting or standing, what we're going to do is both knees are going to be straight. So we're doing pyramid. So you may feel okay standing on this. Want to do pyramid pose to get a stretch in the hamstrings and the glutes, okay, and the lower back. So it might feel good in your body if you're sitting, that you might want to stand. But we are going to use the back of the chair, okay? So facing the chair, hands on the back of the chair. Step your right foot back and take a nice wide stance. So your feet are kind of in line with the feet of the chair. Bring that left foot under the chair just a little bit. Balance the weight on both feet. Take a breath in as you lengthen. As you exhale, really draw that belly in and hinge forward from your hip crease. Hands are resting on the back of the chair for support. If you feel like the hands can come to the seat of the chair, go ahead and bring the hands to the seat of the chair, but not if that means your knees bend and your back rounds. You're keeping the legs straight, but not hyperextended, hinging from the hip, keeping the torso long and straight. All right. Take your awareness to your left hip crease and press that left hip crease, press it back a little bit with your muscle energy and feel a little accentuated stretch in that left front thigh. So hands are on the back of the chair or the seat of the chair as long as the back stays straight. Take your awareness to that, mostly that front left thigh. And then as you're ready, press back up, use core strength to lift up and bring the back foot forward. Make your feet wide, make some big circles with your torso. That feel okay, Louise, or not so much?
Yeah.
Nah,
Wasn't you?
okay. All right, I understand. So you can just go, you can just go back into your hamstring stretch. Okay, seated hamstring stretch. All right, let's try the other side. So the right foot's going to come slightly under the chair, right by the leg of the chair. Left foot steps back about 3 feet. Balance the weight. Awareness to that right hip crease. Lengthen, belly draws in, hinge forward. Press that right hip crease back. Hands can stay on the back of the chair or the seat of the chair. Keeping the spine long and straight, not rounding. Pressing out through the sit bones. So shoot arrows back from the sit bones. What feels better in your body? You can get deep even holding on to the back of the chair. If you can put a little weight on both feet. Notice if your pelvis rotated, can you keep that awareness pressing that right hip crease back? And then slowly lift back up. Try to use the core strength to lift back up. You'll even feel it in your legs. And then step the back foot forward. Shake it all out. All right, now this next one is called humble pose. It's in warrior one pose. I'll show you what it looks like. You have 2 options. One is to do your warrior one with the bent knee and the foot back behind you, holding on to the back of the chair. And then the humble pose makes it hinging forward. All right, so you're getting an accentuated stretch in the back glute with the knee bent. The other option is we'll rotate our hands back behind us, interlace the hands back behind you, and really use that core strength to lift up and over, not holding on to the back of the chair. But if you're having lower back issues, use the back of the chair, okay? All right, so think about what you might want to do. Come to your mountain pose. The left foot's going to go slightly under the chair. Right foot's going to step back on a wide base of support with the heel down at a 45-degree angle. All right, hip points are going to face whatever feels better in your back leg. Take a little bend to that front knee. Squeeze the back right glute, press the back thigh bone up. Really engage the legs. Draw that belly in strongly. So here's your options. Number one, hold on to the back of the chair. Number two, take the arms out to a T. Internally rotate the arms, bend the elbows, and interlace the hands behind your back, or even just press on the back of the back pelvis. Holding on to the chair or supporting your lower back, lengthen and hinge forward over that front thigh. So you're holding on to the chair, or you're interlacing, elbows are bent, shoulder blades are drawn together. Feel a lot of intense strengthening in that front left hamstring and glute. Head and neck are in alignment, not looking up at the video, looking down at the chair. And then as you're ready, you may want to release the hands, put the hands on the back of the chair and lift up, or use that core strength to lift yourself up. And then as you're ready, bring that back foot forward, shake it out, and we'll do the other side. I want to see you better this time. All right, so lengthen. I'm going to send the right foot's going to stay forward in the chair a little bit. Left foot goes back. Wide base of support, foot's at a 45-degree angle. Squeeze the back left glute. Take a bend to the front knee. Lengthen the spine, hinge from the hip crease. So we're sending that right hip crease back, right? Hold on to the back of the chair or interlace the hands behind the back, internally rotate. Good. Nice. Another breath or two. And then as you're ready, press back up using the chair or use the core strength to lift back up to standing and step the back foot forward. Shake that out. Humble warrior pose. Nice. Okay. And we'll just do a couple more warrior poses standing. Actually, yeah. So let's do warrior two, peaceful warrior, and triangle, okay? So I've got the chair on my right side. I'm going to take a nice wide stance here. This tailbone is pointing straight down. Turn your right toes under the chair and kick the left heel back. Collarbones are facing forward. I'm going to hold on to the chair or sweep the arms out to the side. Plug the head of the arm bones in to engage the back body. Full breath in. And as you exhale, a gentle bend to that front knee. Look down, make sure that knee is open so that the knee is balancing over the top of the foot. All right, gaze and look over your right fingertips. Very nice, beautiful. Breathing in, breathing out. Now lower your left hand down to your left thigh. Rotate from the top of the arm bone, that right arm, and lift the arm up overhead. So we're lifting out of the pelvis, opening up through those ribs. That front knee is still bent. That front right knee is still bent. Good. Now keeping the knee bent, come back to warrior two. Bring the right hand to the chair, the left hand to the hip, and straighten the front knee. Keep your legs the way they are, but turn the torso toward the chair, toward the front right thigh. Hinge forward a quarter fold. Leg is straight. That front right leg is straight. And then open your heart toward the front. That left elbow points back behind you. Your right hand that's on the chair can stay on the back of the chair. It can move to the seat of the chair, or the inside, the back of the palm, the back of the hand could rest on the inside of the leg. Your left hand can stay where it is, or it can reach up overhead. Triangle pose. Nice. One more breath. Good. Bring the top arm down. Take a little bend to that front knee. Hand comes onto the chair, or use your side body muscles to lift you back up. And turn your toes facing forward. Heel toe walk your feet back to center and shake those legs out. Either turn around or move your chair to the other side. And Louise, you got the chair warrior, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Good. Okay. Take a nice wide stance, holding on to that right leg, or that holding on to the chair on the left side. So turn those left toes under the chair. Kick your right heel back a little bit. Collarbones face forward. Tailbone stays perfectly pointing straight down. Reach the arms out to the side or hold on to the chair. Plug the head of the arm bone into the shoulder. Take a bend to that front knee. Good. Keep the arms, try to keep the arms in line with the shoulders. Good. Really open up through that inner thigh. So notice if your knees pointed inward, use your inner thigh. We've stretched our inner thigh a bit today. So really open that up. Feel the back glute working. Warrior two, look over those left fingertips. Lower your right arm down. Internally rotate turn your other palm up, reach it overhead. Those left fingertips are reaching for the earth. You're gazing at that left palm. And reach and lengthen so those left ribs are really coming up out of the pelvis. Good. And then back to warrior two. What happened to your left knee? Has it sunk back in, or can you re-engage? All right, hands on the hip, one on the chair, straighten the front knee. Turn your torso toward that front left leg, hinge forward a quarter fold, and then rotate the heart open. That front leg is straight. Right elbow's pointing back behind you. Left hand can stay right where it is, or it can reach for the chair seat, as long as you don't collapse into it. Lift up out of the pelvis and hinge over that thigh. Or bring the back of the hand into the in part of the front leg. And maybe that right arm reaches up overhead. Beautiful. Nice, guys. One more breath. That's it. Judy, fingertips towards the sky, not overhead. Straight up to the sky. Good. And bring that hand back down. Hold on to the chair, slight bend to the knee. Press up. And heel toe walk your feet back to center. Shake everything out. All righty. I think it is time to get onto our backs.
Yay.
So go ahead and get yourself situated on your back with your in constructive rest. Doing okay? All right, notice where your body goes. Where have you been holding on to tension in your body? All right, well, everybody's getting situated. Go ahead and rock those knees side to side. Okay. And then bring those feet together and take the soles of the feet together and the knees apart into your Baddha Konasana, hands resting on the belly. Take a few breaths into that belly space. So as you breathe in, feel the belly soften and round into your hands. And as you exhale, a sinking of the hands back down toward the spine. Breathing in, the belly softens and round. Exhale, a letting go. One more full breath in. Slow breath out. Good. And take your hands to the sides of your knees. Lift your knees back up. And bring the right knee into the chest. Extend the left leg up toward the sky if that feels okay in your body. And then you're either going to just heel toe tap. So with that left foot, heel, heel, toe, heel, and then bring that knee into the chest and switch your hands. So now you're holding on to your left leg. The right leg is going to extend long and then lower the leg down, heel, toe, heel. Bring the knee back into your chest and switch. Left leg lifts long. Bend the knee, do a heel, toe, heel, knee back into the chest, and now wrap your arms around your left leg. As you inhale, the right leg lifts. As you exhale, do a nice heel, toe, heel, keeping the core strong and engaged, and bring that knee back into the chest. Wrap your arms around your right leg. Inhale, left leg long. Exhale, heel, toe, heel, and switch. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, heel, toe, heel, knee into the chest and switch. But just do this with your breath a few times. Lengthen the left leg. Exhale, heel, toe, heel, knee back into the chest and switch. Right leg lifts. Exhale, heel, toe, heel, switch. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, heel, toe, heel. Switch one more time each way. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, heel, toe, heel, switch. And last one. Heel, toe, heel, switch. Knees into the chest. Rock side to side. And let's enjoy a nice full body stretch. So slide the legs long, reach the arms out to the side or overhead. Press out through the heels of the feet, reach long with the fingertips. Full breath in, full breath out. One more breath in and breath out. And lower the arms down. Take the arms out to a T. Bend the knees, taking the feet as wide as the mat, and gently rock the knees side to side. And if it's all right with your spine, lower the knees to the right side and look over your left shoulder. Steady your breathing. Notice sensation. And slowly lift the top knee, followed by the bottom knee. A gentle rock side to side again. And then drop the knees to the left and look over your right shoulder. Full breath in, slow breath out. And then lift the top leg followed by the bottom leg. Bring the left leg in towards the chest and take it over towards the right shoulder. Take your hands to the underside of your thigh and keep the thigh bone pressed into the left side of your body and belly. Flex your left foot and then lift the foot up toward the ceiling and slowly slide your right leg down to the short end of the mat. Release the right hand and reach that up overhead. into your reclining lunge pose. Keep pressing out through the heel of that left foot and right foot. Try to do a little internal rotation of that right leg. So you're not flopping your leg out to the side, but you're keeping that inner thigh active and working. And one more breath here. And then lower the right arm. Bring both knees into the chest. Rock side to side a little bit. And then hold on to the underside of the left leg. Take it over, the right leg, sorry. Take it slightly over to the right side of your body. That right thigh bone's pressing into those right ribs. Flex your right foot and lift the foot up toward the ceiling. And slowly, if it's right for your back, slide your left leg down to the short end of the mat. Lift and spread all 10 toes. Internally rotate that left leg just a little bit to keep that left leg active and working. And release the left hand, reaching it out to the side or overhead, depending on your shoulder. Palm is facing up towards the sky on that left side. Big stretch on that whole left side of your body. Opening on the right hip, glute, hamstring on the right. Nice. Lower the left arm. Slowly bring the knees back into the chest. Give yourself a hug with those legs. And then follow your own prana response. Do what your body needs to settle into Shavasana. It could be a full body stretch or a happy baby. You've really opened up your hips for happy baby now. So you could hold on to both of your feet or shins or backs of your thighs, bringing those thigh bones in towards the belly. And once you have moved in such a way that will allow you to feel like you've got all your willies out, go ahead and settle into your version of Shavasana. I don't know if you've done legs up the wall in a while, but you have 6 minutes for Shavasana. If you want to settle yourself for legs on the chair or legs up the wall, allow yourself to get into a position that's therapeutic for you. And take a moment to come back to the potato that was once hard and went into adversity and got weak and soft. The egg that was fragile on the outside and got adversity and became hardened. Or the coffee that worked with the adversity and became rich and flavorful. Or a mixture of all three. Waxing and waning between, which most of us probably are. I know I am. Always a journey. And take a nice full breath in and a slow breath out as you soften into the space. And then just let go of the conscious breath and allow the yoga to infuse into every part of your cell, every part of your body. Enjoy a nice full breath in, slow breath out. Begin moving your body as you come back to the physical space with your smaller joints first, your fingers and toes. You rock your head side to side. Bend your knees. Rock those side to side, finally ending up on your favorite side, pausing there for just a moment to notice if there's been any shift in anything in your body. Also giving yourself some credit and gratitude for doing something nice for yourself today. And press your hands into the earth and use that to come to a comfortable seat. And I wanted to close today with a beautiful chant. It's a Kundalini chant. And it says, may the longtime sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light within you guide your way on. And bring your hands to your heart. May the longtime sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your